What up? It's your girl Brook-Lynn from the blog, back with another YouTube video, and today is a little different. Instead of a cooking video, I will be doing my experience as a mother, my first motherhood experience video. It's going to be a brief video, but if you want me to go in more detail about postpartum or before, like my pregnancy experience, just let me know. I'll make a video for you. So first off, I didn't have many symptoms. It's kind of hard to tell that I was pregnant in the first place. The only way I could really tell was the fact that I kept having these period cramps, but my cycle never came. So that's a clue. That's what happened to me. I ended up taking a test and I was pregnant. I was like, woo! Next thing, only thing I really had was eczema. I didn't really have like a severe symptom when I was pregnant, but your hormones go crazy when you're pregnant. So everything flared up. My skin got darker. I had these dark splotches of itchy skin all over me. I was hurting. I was hurting, and I wanted to be over. So yeah, I didn't have the best experience because I'm very proud of my skin. That's the one thing I thought I had going for me. Pregnancy makes you reevaluate how you view yourself, whether how strong you really are. It makes you evaluate your strengths, your weaknesses, what you feel confident in about yourself. It changes all of that. It just messes it all up. Even if you're really secure in yourself, it can take a toll on you mentally. And it did for me. I didn't have contractions. No Braxton Hicks, no warning contractions, none of that. The only day I had contractions was when I first went into labor. And that was a whirlwind because I was like, oh, I don't know. It keeps coming and going, and it felt weird. So when they tell you that your cycle prepares you for birth, that's essentially what it's doing. But it definitely just feels like a knot in like your lower belly, and let's go. And like a knot, and let's go. I was 9 days late when I gave birth to Zaire. I was supposed to be induced on a Friday. I went into labor the night before, around 9 o'clock starting. That's when my contractions started. And went to the hospital. Still wasn't far along. I wasn't dilated that much, but they kept me because they knew I had contractions and stuff. And my water started to leak. And then I got me into a room. I was there. I ended up having to get Pitocin, the stuff they give you to help induce you, to get you going, to make you dilate more. Kind of wasn't working. I was in a lot of pain. So then after a few hours, they gave me an epidural. I told them I wanted an epidural. I didn't want an epidural at first. They gave it to me because it hurt. I was not that strong, guys. I thought I was. I felt like I was a failure because I got an epidural and I didn't want that. And it was scary getting an epidural too. If you want more details about that, let me know. But then that's the reason why I was in labor for so long. I wasn't hurting the whole 32 hours. It was just for like the first 4 or 5. And I was on meds, so I didn't really feel myself in labor. Then he comes. I had to get a C-section. I couldn't push him out normally. His umbilical cord was wrapped around his shoulder and his belly like a seatbelt. So I had to do an emergency C-section to get him out. Once he came out, he was in NICU, newborn ICU. Couldn't really breastfeed him that much. I wasn't producing a whole lot, and he came out hungry. So they had to supplement him with formula. So up until now, I've been on and off with breastfeeding and formula. More so formula now that he's been in daycare and he drank all of my frozen breast milk already. When I had Zaire, for probably the next couple months after I did have postpartum depression, I felt like I didn't have a whole lot of help. Boyfriend at the time was working nights, and I was with the baby myself, and I was pretty much on my own. I have more help now. It's just when I first started out, it was a little rough, and I couldn't really take him to someone else. I didn't feel comfortable with that because he was still really young. After a few weeks of him being born, I was able to breastfeed him. But when I started breastfeeding him, my nipples became cracked and they hurt when he latched. Especially when he tried to latch while he was upset. It makes it worse because then they're just like hungry and hangry and I want to destroy you. There were some brighter moments. As he gets older, it was a lot easier because he was able to become more independent. I gave you just a quick look inside what experience was for me. Quick tips: do not let my experience scare you. Everyone has their own experience. If you are getting ready to become a new mom, don't let my experience scare you, because people have great birth stories. Mine was just a little bit scary because a lot of things happen unexpectedly. And also just take things a day at a time. If you're going through postpartum depression, it's okay. Do things for yourself. Just start with the basic necessities for yourself and go from there. Make sure you eat. Make sure you shower. And just make sure you can do things for yourself first. But yeah, that's all I had. Thank you for watching. This is Brook-Lynn from the block. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye, guys.